Maulana Rumi talks about the person, the body as a flute reed. So you're just a source, you're just one little atom. So if we can overcome our ego and our sense of loi, like they say in Purto, bigness, or ego or sense of self, and we can overcome that through meditation, through being lost in the service of humanity, in the love of God, in the love of all the wonderful prophets, all of them, and all the saints, then we are just a means. We're not the end. The end is beloved God. And therefore, to come to that point is not easy, because humanity has such a big ego that in fact there's a beautiful hadith where Rasulullah, peace be upon him, came from a battle, and he said, we've come from the small jihad. That's just a small, battle with others is the small jihad. But we've now come to face the bigger jihad, the big battle, which is the battle with ourselves, with our own inner selfishness, our greed, our ego, our bigness of humanity, thinking that they're better than everything. And once we can overcome that through all these stories, through Heer Ranja, through Sasi Panu's story, through Soni Mahiwal's story, all of them are a journey of pain in life, and everything is a metaphor. But the journey is to overcome that bigger self, the ego. And once you do that, you no longer are you, but you are working in the service of a bigger cause. And therefore the Sufi concept, when this murid came to his Peer and knocked at the door, and he said, who is it? So he said, it's me. So he said, go back and do more studies. He came back a few years later and he said, who is it? So he didn't say it's me. And then he was let in, because his me had disappeared in the remembrance, in the zikr. So if you can do that and keep your humility, which is a very hard thing to do, but once you can reach to that level, that status where you forget that, I have achieved this, I have done these degrees, I have done this work, but you remember the Creator and you say, this is the mercy of beloved Lord. That's the point where you are at a point where you're working on a better level, on a higher level. And that comes through education, that comes through difficulties in life. For example, Datta Sahib from Lahore says in the Kashful Mahjoob, his beautiful book, it's one of the earliest books on Sufism, he says that it is through pain that saints and scholars find their path to God. It's pain. So all the pain in life is not just a test, it becomes a mercy from God. Because that is what's leading you to a better destination and a better world for you, both in this world and in the hereafter.